It's time for Southern Miss Today. Southern Miss Today is WUSM's news and public affairs program. Southern Miss Today airs Monday through Thursday at noon. Southern Miss Today is sponsored by Mr. Sippy Beverages. And now to start the show, Southern Miss Student Media News.
Hey. Graduate Student Professional Development Workshop is taking place Friday at 12 to 2:30 p.m. at Fleming Education Center. At this workshop, students will discuss conflict resolution strategies that could be beneficial for their professional development. Students will be introduced to methods to build trust in workplace as new professionals. In celebration of 52 years of polymer science and engineering, USM will host a research symposium showcasing new faculty, emerging research, newly acquired instrumentation, updated laboratories, and students. Participants will engage in networking and breakout sessions, along with research presentations and student interview opportunities. The celebration will culminate with an alumni tailgating event at homecoming. It will take place Friday, October 14 at 8:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. at Thames Polymer Science Research Center Auditorium. Guest Artist Series is hosting Duo Extempore Friday, October 14, 7:30 p.m. at Mars Auditorium. Duo Extempore interprets history, art, and space through music, exploring the various spaces in which we perform through live composition. Through this unique series of storytelling improvisations, the space itself becomes the score for impromptu pieces, bringing stories of the past into the present-day imagination. Join alumni, students, and fans for a pep rally featuring the Pride of Mississippi Marching Band, Southern Miss cheerleaders, Southern Misses, and more. Experience live music entertainment, food trucks, and other outdoor activities for the entire family. No registration is required. Bring lawn chairs, blankets, and refreshments along with your family and friends. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to contact the Alumni Association at alumni@usm.edu. Join us Friday, October 14 at 6:30 p.m. Southern Station, Spirit Park. The University of Southern Mississippi invites all to show spirited support at this year's homecoming parade. The parade will include USM's Pride of Mississippi Marching Band, Dixie Darlings, cheerleaders, and the 2022 Homecoming Court. Find the parade map and other homecoming information on our homecoming page. The parade will take place Saturday, October 15 at 1 p.m. Some news from Hattiesburg and surrounding areas. A black teenager in Mississippi has died days after Gulfport police shot him in the head outside a discount store, and his relatives are questioning officers' actions. Jaheim McMillan, 15, was shot Thursday. Harrison County Coroner Brian Switzer confirmed to the Sun-Herald that the Gulfport High School freshman died Saturday after he was taken off of life support at the USA University Hospital in Mobile, Alabama. An autopsy is scheduled for Tuesday, Switzer said. McMillan is survived by his mother, Katrina Mateen. She told us that when she arrived at the store after her son was shot, officers handcuffed her and walked her across the street. Gulfport police said in a news release that the shooting occurred after they responded to a 911 call about several minors waving guns at other motorists. Southern Miss great and Pro Football Hall of Fame quarterback Brett Favre broke his public silence Tuesday regarding his implication in the Mississippi welfare scandal that misspent at least $77 million in federal temporary assistance for needy families' funds, according to an auditor. Mississippi Today uncovered texts sent by Favre to nonprofit director Nancy New and former Mississippi Governor.
Sponsorship for Southern Miss Today comes from Mr. Sippy Beverages. Mr. Sippy Beverages provides water coolers, and coffee service throughout South Mississippi. Take half of your weight in pounds. That's how many ounces of water you need a day. Mr. Sippy Beverages. To start, Mr. Sippy will give you 1 month cooler rental and 2 bottles of water for free. To get more information or to set up a cooler and water delivery, you can call Mr. Sippy Beverages at 601-271-2420, or you can find them online. Research shows that audiences feel positively about businesses that underwrite programming on their community radio station. Research also shows that the audiences are likely to patronize businesses that support community radio programming. The audience also believes that businesses that support community radio care about their community. If you want to build this type of relationship with WUSM's audience, call us at 601-266-4287 to ask about sponsoring programming. It's more than just exposure, it's building a community relationship.
All right, and I'm back with some weather news. Good morning, Pine Belt. The rain we've been talking about for weeks, the first rain in over a month, is now done, and we'll see the sun again before the days is done. That means we'll finish off the week with beautiful, drier weather, but we're not done with the rain quite yet. We'll see another quick round of rain to start next week, which won't even last as long as yesterday's, but will bring the coolest and driest air of the season. That means some real fall-like weather is on the way, so get ready to break out on your heavier coats. This is Alon Rizal with the USM News.
Let's get into some Mississippi moments. We'll be right back with some really cool interviews. This is Southern Miss Today on Southern Miss Radio.
This is Mississippi Moments, produced by the Center for Oral History and Cultural Heritage at the University of Southern Mississippi and supported by the Mississippi Humanities Council. I'm Bill Ellison. As the son of Italian immigrants, John Bassey of Bolivar County was taught the importance of family, honor, and dignity, as well as love and respect for their adopted country. He explains.
Some of the things which they brought and which they taught me were to have a close-knit family, have a sense of ethics and dignity, to accept responsibility, work hard, and take pride in your work. Treat everybody fairly, and always take time to help children and the aged. I guess the worst whipping I ever got was being ugly to an older person. And it wasn't from my father. It was from an uncle. I was taught that it's a privilege to live in America and that I have many responsibilities to God and country. One of the things they did that after they all moved to Gunnison, and I'm not going to say became prosperous, but they didn't want for a whole lot. They would always go back to Scott on July the 4th. They had a big family picnic, and that was a family tradition.
To hear more, visit MississippiMoments.org or just like us on Facebook. Mississippi Moments is supported by the Mississippi Humanities Council. The humanities are for everyone.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Southern Miss Today on Southern Miss Radio. Thank you for listening to those Mississippi Moments. We have two great guests coming up. We have Dr. Derek Patton from the director of the Polymer Science School, and we also have Bubba Dove coming up. He's a comedian, and we can't wait to get into these really, really cool interviews. We have two interviews for y'all today, so stick around. We can't wait to share them with you and get to know these people. This is Southern Miss Today on Southern Miss Radio. Let's go into some promos.
Sponsorship for Southern Miss Today comes from Mr. Sippy Beverages. Mr. Sippy Beverages provides water coolers, and coffee service throughout South Mississippi. Take half of your weight in pounds. That's how many ounces of water you need a day. Mr. Sippy Beverages can help you reach that goal by delivering fresh water to your door. To start, Mr. Sippy will give you 1 month cooler rental and 2 bottles of water for free. To get more information or to set up a cooler and water delivery, you can call Mr. Sippy Beverages at 601-271-2420, or you can find them online. If you or your business is interested in sponsoring programming on WUSM, we'd love to talk to you about the benefits and opportunities. You can get recognition for your business as well as the appreciation of the WUSM audience. The audience realizes your support provides the programming they listen to daily. In addition, our sponsorship rates are very cost-effective and tax-deductible. To learn more, call 601-266-4287.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Southern Miss Today on Southern Miss Radio. My name is Abigail Charles and I'm your host for today. And today we're getting started with our first interview. This is Dr. Derek Patton, the director of the Polymer Science Building. Hi Dr. Patton, it's very nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Get your deck of yourself for our listeners.
Yeah, Derek Patton. I've been here at USM for 14 years. Have a PhD in chemistry, focused mostly on polymer science during my career. So came in as an assistant professor in 2008. Made it through tenure and promotion and then into full professor. And then at some point got the opportunity to serve as director of the school. So that brings us to today as a very quick introduction.
Oh, wow. So what exactly do you do at the Polymer Science Department?
Yeah, so the program as a whole is a research-intensive program. So we educate polymer students both at the undergraduate and the graduate level in polymer science and engineering. So the undergraduate program is about 80 students on average enrolled at this time. And those students are involved in one of the currently the only ABET accredited program, engineering program on campus.
Oh, wow.
That's changing. Hopefully we're going to have ocean science and engineering and computer science and engineering accredited in the near future. But those undergrad students spend the 4 years that they're with us studying how to both synthesize, characterize, and apply polymers in various applications.
Oh, wow. So I'm a little unfamiliar, and I'm sure some listeners are too. What exactly is polymer science?
Yeah, so I guess the easiest and the simplest way to think about it, and the way most people probably think about it, is to think about plastics.
Okay.
So you've probably heard the plastics challenge, the plastics problem that we have with plastics in oceans and plastics in the environment.
Yes, definitely.
That's probably the simplest way to think about it. But as a polymer scientist, we think about it in terms of being large molecules. So a polymer is a long chain molecule that we can manipulate in terms of chemistry and properties to get the applications ultimately that we would like to see. And we see polymers and plastics in almost every aspect of life, right? The things we're sitting on, the things we're talking into at this moment are all polymer science derived. And you know, they range from very simple single-use plastics for things like plastic forks that we generally use once and toss in the recycle bin, hopefully. But that goes into the plastics challenge, the plastics waste challenge, and it extends all the way to advanced materials for things like medical applications and aerospace composites. So lots of different applications where you would find simple applications and more advanced properties of those polymers.
Absolutely. So what is the USM Polymer Science Department doing to help this plastics challenge?
Yeah, so we actually have multiple faculty that are interested and engaged in trying to solve the problem in multiple ways. I think just to start, probably one of the bigger approaches that everyone can do is just be cognizant of how you use plastics, particularly single-use plastics, right? If there's an opportunity to not use a plastic fork versus a metal fork, for example, that's one way to think about it. But on the research side of things, we're actually thinking about how to redesign polymers and plastics so that they're more recyclable. One of the challenges with recycling what we call thermoplastics would be, an example would be the plastic that makes up plastic bottles, for example. PET is the acronym for it. One of the challenges is taking those plastics and mixing them together and then getting suitable properties for a more advanced application. So one challenge is to design materials that compatibilize mixed plastics in the recycling applications. On the other side, we're interested in using bio-based materials to build plastics that are not derived from fossil fuels. So taking an environmentally friendly approach to the design, but also when those materials degrade and reach their end of use, we want those materials to degrade back into benign products that you can mostly recover and reuse as building blocks for additional products, right?
Wow, that's a lot. That's very in depth, and I'm glad that someone is tackling this challenge, because the plastics in the ocean and it's such a big thing. That's an understatement of the year. It's such a problem that we're not taking care of our environment. So knowing that the people who can really, really help with this are helping, it's comforting. It really is.
Yeah, it's a huge challenge, and I would say we probably have 5 of our 14 faculty that are engaged in one aspect or another of trying to redesign plastics so that they're more suitable for use and end-of-use applications.
Wow. So it's on topic with polymer science. It may be a rumor, or I may be getting mixed up. Did y'all redo the Oreo packaging?
At least to my knowledge, I don't think Polymer Science and Engineering had any aspect of that redesign. I've heard that rumor as well, but I've never been able to confirm it unless it was done before my time at USM. So
what have y'all done? Are there any big projects that y'all have done with Polymer Science?
Yeah, probably the one that most people have at least heard something about is the pneumatic helmet system that was originally developed in collaboration with a football helmet company. That was a pneumatic system that would replace the foam system in football helmets to try to improve prevention of concussions in
Wow.
sporting events. That work transitioned from football helmets and sporting helmets into military helmets and applications, and so
Wow.
that was projects that were in collaboration with sports and human performance, as the school was called at the time. And I think some of that work is still ongoing in that school,
Wow.
with relation to understanding how these materials perform in like military helmets. That's one recent project that we've done. Some of that system is being explored as platforms for pneumatics in footwear applications. So that would be one example that many people have probably heard about it at some
That's
point.
awesome. That's such a big thing to work on, because one thing we've heard so much about is how football helmets aren't very protecting, and that there's so much brain damage that comes from being a football player. So to know that y'all are working on that, that's awesome. That
Yeah.
really is. So you have a paper here. You were talking a little bit about an alumni event. So could you tell us some more about that?
Yeah, so we've been trying to do this since the 50th year anniversary,
Oh,
and
wow.
so this year marks 52 years of Polymer Science and Engineering at Southern Miss.
Wow.
We were established in 1970 by Dr. Shelby Timms, and the program really came about because of Hurricane Camille. Hurricane Camille came in and
Wow.
wiped out the tongue tree crop, which was at that time used as a source for coatings applications. And so when that event happened, it kind of provided impetus for Dr. Shelby Timms to start a polymer science program at Southern Miss. And so this year we celebrate 52 years of polymer science at USM. And in conjunction with that, we're doing a polymer science and engineering research symposium, bringing in alumni from the program, and so gives our alumni a chance to come back, reconnect, learn about our current students and our current research projects, and spend the day with us just reconnecting through both research seminars and networking events throughout the day.
Wow, that's going to be a great thing. And when is it?
It starts tomorrow. It kicks off at 9 a.m. in the morning with President Joe Paul with
Oh, wow.
opening remarks. Dr. Shelby Timms will give a little bit about the history of polymer science at Southern Miss, and then we'll hear talks by three of our newest faculty. Dr. Bo Ma is joining us in January. Tristan Clemens and then Josh Chang will also give talks, and then in the afternoon we have a poster session. So I would say if anyone in the public was or on campus was interested in learning what polymer science and engineering students do, there's a poster session from 1 to 3 o'clock in the Thad Cochran Center.
Okay.
You're welcome to come over and learn about what we do in the program.
Wow. That sounds like it's going to be a lot of fun. Go ahead.
I had a question for you, man.
Sure.
Do you guys use PFAs and PTFE when dealing with polymer science?
I don't think we have anyone active in that area of research. We do have faculty that are interested in water purification.
Okay.
So there are applications and interest in learning how to remove those materials
Right, right.
from water sources,
Like,
for sure.
do you guys use those chemicals as far as when you guys are producing some stuff?
We don't at Southern. We don't.
All right, that's
we're not
awesome.
active in the synthesis
That's
of
awesome.
those materials.
That's awesome.
When we have had opportunities to design materials that are fluorinated,
Right.
we would choose materials that are not those persistent chemicals in the
Awesome.
environment. Right.
Awesome.
So yeah.
Thumbs up to you.
Yeah. Thanks.
Wow. I had no idea what any of that was. That's a little bit of a foreign language to me, but it is really cool to listen to all this. It really is. It's cool to learn more about polymer science and hopefully spread all this on campus. And of course, if y'all want to know more about polymer science, you can show up tomorrow at the Polymer Science Building at 9 a.m.
It'll be in the Thad Cochran
Okay,
Center.
Thad Cochran Center.
The poster session would probably be the better event if you want to come learn about the breadth of what's going on in
Okay.
polymer science and engineering.
Great. So y'all heard that. Y'all can go show up, support the school, and support our polymer science department. So is there anything else that you'd like to say to our listeners, Dr. Patton?
I think the only other thing I'd like to mention is we have a 50 for 50 campaign. We
Okay.
started this in 2020 with the mark of 50 years of polymer science at
Wow.
USM. And so this is an opportunity for alumni and others to give to polymer science and engineering. It's an endowed fund that will give feedback or support back to the program, both for research, equipment, stipends, that sort of thing. So if there's interest, that fund is out there and available for donation.
Okay, great. Y'all heard that. Thank you so much for being on the show today, Dr. Patton.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Of course. We'll go into some promos real quick, and after this, we'll be right back with the comedian Bubba Dub. This is Southern Miss Today on Southern Miss Radio.
Sponsorship for Southern Miss Today comes from Mr. Sippy Beverages. Mr. Sippy Beverages provides water, water coolers, and coffee service throughout South Mississippi. Take half of your weight in pounds. That's how many ounces of water you need a day. Mr. Sippy Beverages can help you reach that goal by delivering fresh water to your door. To start, Mr. Sippy will give you 1 month cooler rental and 2 bottles of water for free. To get more information or to set up a cooler and water delivery, you can call Mr. Sippy Beverages at 601-271-2420, or you can find them online. When you or your business sponsors programming on WUSM, you are getting more than recognition for your product. You are also gaining the appreciation of our audience who understands that your sponsorship provides their favorite programming. And research shows that the audience is more likely to patronize your business, too. In addition, the cost of sponsoring programming on WUSM is tax deductible. To learn more, call 601-266-4287.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Southern Miss Today on Southern Miss Radio. All right, we have our second interview of the day. We are here with Bubba Dub. He is a comedian, and Bubba Dub, it is very nice to meet you.
You too as well.
Yeah, so could you give a quick introduction of yourself for our listeners?
For the listeners out there, my name is Bubba Dub. I am a comedian. If you Google me or anywhere, most people going to say I'm an internet sensation, but I'm not. I'm a comedian.
Okay, all right. So what is a day in the life like for you as a comedian?
Day in the life for me as a comedian is work. I do a lot of video, a lot of skits.
Okay.
That's kind of how I got my claim to fame, is doing skits. The skits about everyday life and where I'm from.
Okay.
Right now, I'm mostly known for the trash videos. I'll be trashing the athletes or pretty much anybody else in the world.
Okay.
When they don't have a good game, I call them trash. So,
okay.
You know.
All right.
But trash go with anything these days, though.
You're right. So, where can we find these skits?
You can catch me on Instagram,
Okay.
BubbaDub94.
BubbaDub94.
Or you can catch me on YouTube at BubbaDub. Or you can catch me on Facebook, like page BubbaDub Jr. But I've been grinding so hard, you can just Google me. Just type in BubbaDub and I'll pop up.
All right, great. So what got you started in comedy then?
What got me started in this comedy, I felt like the comedy game was watered down. Really wasn't the more funny guys out there. There was too many people laughing at their jokes, but the joke wasn't funny.
You're right.
Just, I feel like a lot of comedians were forcing the people to laugh, and that should never be the case.
It's not comedy.
It's not comedy at all.
Yeah.
Comedy comes from the heart, comes from the soul. So I feel like I'm bringing real comedy back.
Yeah, I believe that. I really do. So you have a tour coming up. Well, can we talk about that?
Yeah, it's not coming. I'm actually on it right now.
Oh, wow,
I got
okay.
Now tour, which is independently from me.
Wow.
It's an independent tour. It's my third tour exact.
Okay.
So,
wow.
It's great.
So what are all your locations? Where are you heading to?
Well, tonight, we in the Bird, where we at
Okay.
now. Got a show tonight here. We at the, what is it called, Joe Paul Stadium Theater tonight. Doors open at 6:30. Show start around 7:30. But I'm basically everywhere, all around the world. New York, California,
Wow.
Denver, Arizona, North Carolina next week, Memphis next week. So
Wow.
I'm everywhere.
So you're just going all over the country.
All over the country, just like any other normal comedian, like Kevin Hart,
Yeah.
Dave Chappelle's, all those guys. I travel and go places they go to, same venues and everything.
So where did you get started?
I'm from Texas, so I got started 5 years ago
Okay.
in my living room, just
Wow.
doing skits, and at the same time I was doing skits, I was doing open mics as well.
Okay.
So yeah, that's when I
So-
got started 5 years ago and haven't looked back.
Would you call that humble beginnings? Because now look at you. You have tours.
Yeah, but it's still a humble beginning because I'm not where I want to be yet. Every day is a process. I'm working every day to get to where I want to get to.
Yeah.
So yeah, definitely humble beginnings. Definitely humble beginnings.
What are some goals that you set for yourself?
Goals I set for myself, it was 5 years ago. I wanted to be in movies. I'm doing movies now.
Oh, wow.
I wanted to be a headliner. I've been doing that for the last 3 years now. I wanted to bring people along with me, as I got a comedian with me right now, JB, Jarrell Braswell.
Hi.
So everything I dreamed of, everything I said I was going to do, I'm doing it. But I want to do it on a bigger scale.
Okay, so you want to keep getting bigger.
Yeah, I want to be great.
And how do you think you could achieve that?
just staying focused, continue being a great guy, continue to extending my hand out to people who need help, and go along and minding my business.
Yeah. Yeah, that sounds like you've got some really big goals set for yourself.
For
So,
sure.
besides being a comedian, is there anything else that you do in like your daily life?
I just work.
Work, okay.
I'm a dad of 2 girls.
Oh, wow.
So I'm a father first. So, but other than that, I basically just work. If I ain't working on, I have an artist as well.
Oh, wow.
A singer. I just signed to my
Really?
label, BDE. Yeah, I'm working. I put my hands in everything. I don't want to just be in one box.
Well, I'm
I want to have
glad.
100 boxes. I'm jacking the box. I'm gonna jump out and surprise.
So you would call yourself a Renaissance man. You're a man of many trades,
Correct,
essentially.
correct,
Yeah,
correct.
That's great. So would you say that you're doing this for your 2 girls then?
Most definitely, I'm doing everything for them because
Great thing.
that is
really.
that is what motivates me.
So this is obviously something very personal to you then.
Very personal.
Absolutely. So is there anyone else that you could accredit as like your mentor or an inspiration in what you do?
God.
God. Okay. Wonderful.
Yeah, that's my idol, God. You know what I'm saying? Besides that, my mom. For us comedy-wise, we'll go Richard Pryor. We'll go Bernie Mac.
Hilarious.
Yeah, definitely hilarious. They set the bar, so I'm just trying
Very
to.
true.
I'm just trying to make them smile instead of rolling over their graves. I just want them to smile.
I bet you are. I bet you are. Well, I can't wait for this. This sounds like a lot of fun. Is there any like skits that what skit was it that you did that really just like shot you off and got your name out there?
I got so many.
So many?
I got so
Okay.
many. I got a skit that got me out there, but we ain't gonna promote that one.
Okay.
But I got a skit. Me just calling, Shaquille O'Neal, calling them trash. Los Angeles Lakers.
Wow.
You know who
Oh, I
Shaq
know
is?
Shaq.
Well, me and him real good friends.
Really?
Yeah, real dope friends. So I put a
Wow.
video out just talking about the Los Angeles Lakers, and he seen it and put it out, and it just kind of took off. I've been on TNT, and you can pretty
Wow.
much just hear my name on ESPN every day. Not my name, but my slogans.
Okay.
Undisputed. And as well, I guess I done deal with Fox Sports Radio too, as well. So
Wow.
yeah, everything is on the up and up.
So what is the future looking like after this tour?
Bright galaxy.
Bright
You know
galaxy,
what I'm talking
okay,
about? Mars.
yeah, of
That's
course.
exactly what it is. Ain't no ceiling on my roof.
I love your confidence. This is amazing.
Confidence is what gets you through the door.
You're right. So you're very inspirational. You are just
I knew I was the man before I even knew I was. So you just gotta speak it.
Yeah.
I'm big on speaking things into existence.
this is great. You are a hype man. You really are.
It's
You're
gonna be
keeping
even-
everything
It's gonna
positive.
be even greater if you show up tonight.
Yeah, of course. I'm gonna make sure everyone here at Southern Miss Radio shows up.
That's what I'm talking
We have to
about.
go.
That's what I'm talking
Yeah, I'm gonna make sure. We could even do it for Southern Miss Television. We could get something for that.
Yeah, that'll
For
be-
our news station.
That would be dope.
Yeah, that would be great, actually.
I mean, who gonna want to come out here and see me perform? Wouldn't that be great?
That would be great. I'd love to watch it. I know it'd be so fun. I know. I just know you're gonna have some skits that are gonna have us busting over. I swear.
You gonna love it.
That'd be
Definitely
great.
gonna love it.
I'm excited for this. This is great. You
I'm
really are.
definitely
I
excited.
can't wait to see what
Yeah, I
else you
came
do.
all the way from Texas on a horse
Yeah, on a horse.
with no saddle. Y'all better come to this. Y'all better show up tonight. Yeah, I got the horse out there eating right now in the
Oh,
grass.
really?
So
Really?
Dean, superintendent, don't get mad. It's all about the horse.
Now they're gonna be happy they ain't got a lawnmower no more.
Yeah, you're right about that.
So where in Texas you from, man?
I'm from a small town called East Texas. It's 700 people where I'm from.
Oh, nice.
700
Wow.
people. My grandfather had 24 kids.
Wow.
So yeah.
You got a whole gang.
It's enough family right there.
Man, I gotta ask you, since you're a comedian, what do you think about hecklers, man? And what do you think about Will Smith, all that situation?
Will
man?
Smith
gosh.
is Will Smith. Hecklers, that's part of the game.
Right,
Yeah.
right,
You know, hecklers sometimes be your biggest fans. They just want to see if you're gonna be rattled.
right, right.
But you just gotta continue the show because you got other people there that's there for a show. So some instances, most comedians they'll just sit there and just roast the heckler the whole show.
Yeah.
But I got all kind of stuff to talk about, so I just won't just stay on him. I just shut him up at him or her real quick and move it along to the next
Yeah.
subject.
Right, right.
So what is your response really to that negative energy? Because there's always going to be a heckler. There's always going to be that
Just
person.
bring them into your world.
Yeah.
I'll actually make the audience laugh at them.
Turn it around on them real quick.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's all it's about, though.
I support that, really.
Got to.
Shutting them down real quick. So is there anything else that you'd like to say to our listeners, Bubba Dub?
I just want to tell the listeners, thank y'all for supporting me. Pull up to the show tonight. You're going to have a great time. If you miss it, you trash.
Period. Y'all heard that.
Simple as that. Simple
Right.
as that.
I don't want to be trash.
Nah, nobody want to be trash.
You're right. You're right.
So, Bubba, when you were a kid, which comedians you would look up to? Like, I want to be like that one day.
Richard Pryor. Without the drugs, though. No drugs.
No drugs.
Richard Pryor.
Right.
Most definitely. Richard.
That's awesome, man. Richard Pryor, prior to the drugs.
R.I.P. to Richard Pryor, man.
Right.
Yeah. Icon in comedy. So
Definitely icon.
yeah. Wow. So you do have a lot of inspirations, and this is something that I can tell is very deeply personal for you.
It's very personal.
Yeah.
I ain't jumping this game just to be doing it, just for a few laughs. I jump in this game to leave a legacy. I want my name up there in the lights just like their name was in the lights, and I'm on the right path. So I'm just going to continue being great.
Right.
Yeah.
So, Bubba, I see you riding around with a whole
Yeah, we
bunch
have
of
a whole
guys.
crew in here.
I like that, man. So, how do you guys roll? So.
Yeah.
These guys who promoted the show, these guys who booked me for the show.
Oh, wow.
Right. Awesome.
I know I'm their three-man team.
Okay.
I'm just a comedian. I'm not a rapper. I don't have an
Right.
entourage.
Right,
I have no
right, right.
jury, none of that. But I just like to roll like that. You know, my
Right.
manager or one of my comedians with me as well. Well, I ain't gonna say comedian, one of my partners.
Yeah.
You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
Yeah.
Partnership in this game.
Hey, yeah.
I don't own nobody.
Right.
But,
Only God does.
yeah, facts.
There's just so many people in here, and they all are here
Everybody
to
play
support
their
you.
role though.
Yeah.
Everybody got a role they play.
Yeah, everybody here. So what is your role then? What do y'all do over there?
Yeah, we promoted. We brought them down here to do the Joe Paul Theater.
Okay. Wow. And y'all?
Oh, I'm the other comedian, his partner.
Hi.
Everywhere he goes, pretty much you see him, you'll see me. Bring him out before you get ready to perform on stage and just do my thing as well.
Y'all do it together.
Yes, ma'am.
Great. And what do you do?
I'm just I'm helping the promoters. I'm selling the tickets.
Well, y'all are all very important. Again, and you got the camera over here. You got the follow the art. So you're promoting your Instagram. Okay. Y'all heard that. Follow the art. _ follow the art on Instagram. Y'all go support that, okay? Y'all go hype up everyone. And how can we follow you, Bubba Dub?
You can follow me on IG, Bubba Dub 94, the career writer of trash. That's how you can follow me. Or just type in Bubba Dub. I got all my social medias there. Will all pop up. So just like Candyman, just say Bubba Dub, I'll pop up.
Yeah. This is great, really. It's very nice to meet everyone here, really. This is probably the most people I've ever had in here for a show, and this is so much fun, really.
We thank you for having us. We really do.
Absolutely, it's an honor. And if y'all are ever back here in Hattiesburg, y'all can come back at any time. We love to have y'all back. Of course, y'all are
appreciate it.
always welcome here
Thank you
at
so much.
WUSM. Absolutely. So y'all remember, y'all come out and see Bubba Dub tonight at the Joe Paul Student Theater in the Thad Cochran Center. At what time?
Doors open at 6:30. Show started 7:30.
All right, y'all heard that here. Thank you so much for being on the show today, Bubba Dub. Thank you so much. And thank y'all for being here, too. Thank y'all.
you so much.
Yeah, of course. We're going to go into some promos, and then we'll be right back to close the show. This is Southern Miss Today on Southern Miss Radio.
Thank you.
Sponsorship for Southern Miss Today comes from Mr. Sippy Beverages. Mr. Sippy Beverages provides water coolers, and coffee service throughout South Mississippi. Take half of your weight in pounds. That's how many ounces of water you need a day. Mr. Sippy Beverages can help you reach that goal by delivering fresh water to your door. To start, Mr. Sippy will give you 1 month cooler rental and 2 bottles of water for free. To get more information or to set up a cooler and water delivery, you can call Mr. Sippy Beverages at 601-271-2420, or you can find them online. When you or your business sponsors programming on WUSM, you are getting more than recognition for your product. You are also gaining the appreciation of our audience who understands that your sponsorship provides their favorite programming. And research shows that the audience is more likely to patronize your business, too. In addition, the cost of sponsoring programming on WUSM is tax deductible. To learn more, call 601-266-4287.
All right, everyone. Thank y'all so much for listening to the show today. This is a wonderful show. It's very nice to talk to Dr. Patton about polymer science, and it was so wonderful to meet Bubba Dub and his entire crew that we have here. It is just I love getting to do interviews like this. It really is. It's so much fun getting to meet new people and get to expose yourself to all these people here. So it was very nice to meet everyone and get to talk to everyone and get to do this interview. But I think this is all the show that we have for today. As sad as it is, this is all that we have for Southern Miss Today this week. But we will be back next week. Thank you so much to Salon for being our newsreader. Thank you to Michaela for being such a wonderful camera girl and running everything here. Thank you to Bryce over there running the boards. You did great today. Thank you to Miss Whitney for putting up with us. And thank you to Wilbur for, of course, keeping us running. And thank you so much to Dr. Patton for being a great guest. And thank you so much for Bubba Dub and his crew. Y'all were great. We can't wait to get this picture here and, see what we have. And just thank y'all so much for listening to the show today. This was great. I'll be back on Tuesday, but Southern Miss Today continues on Monday. Thank you for listening. My name is Abigail Troth. This has been Southern Miss Today on Southern Miss Radio.
Southern Miss Today is your public